Hi everyone, welcome back. If you've seen any of my recent videos, you'll know that this is not my usual backdrop. I usually film in my bedroom on the bed, and I am not filming there today because I've stripped the bed, I've washed it, I just need to make it again, and so the room is a bit of a mess. So I'm filming at my dining table. This backdrop here, this is where I always used to film when I first moved into the flat, but now I quite like filming in the bedroom. So if you are, I suppose, regular viewers, you might recognise this backdrop from a while ago. So this video today is a little bit of an update on the makeup no-buy video I put up a couple of months ago. So I'm just going to recap what that video was, give you a bit of an update as to my progress with that no-buy as well, and talk through the empties that I've got. So that video I put out in May, I think, because what I wanted that no-buy to be was just a quick short no-buy for 2 months, for the months of June and July. And I decided to put myself on a no-buy because I really felt like I was spending a lot of money at that time. Now, it wasn't necessarily just makeup I was spending lots of money on. I feel like it was just lots of things that I just happened to be spending my money on. And it seemed like makeup was a really easy category for me to clamp down on and say, no, you have enough, don't buy any more makeup. Especially as well because I'd bought quite a few new items as well. So I think I'd bought a new eyeliner, I bought a few Vive lip products, I'd bought a couple of base products and a few lip glosses as well actually, and it just seemed like I'd added enough makeup across different categories into my collection that I wanted time to play about with those items as well and get an opinion on them instead of, I suppose, keep adding into my collection. So my no-buy was for two purposes really. It was for one, to just stop spending money on makeup for a little while, and two, to actually use the new items that I'd bought recently. Now I wanted a quick short 2-month no-buy because I put myself on a no-buy for all of last year, and I felt like that served its purpose in terms of me using absolutely everything within my collection and really figuring out what I do and don't like with regards to makeup. And I didn't want to put myself on a really long no-buy now. I just thought 2 months would be enough for me to just, like I say, stop spending money for a bit and use what I'd recently purchased. And I felt like that as well did the job. I felt like I had enough time to use some of the new products that I'd bought. So for example, the NARS Sheer Glow foundation, I've been focusing on that for a while. Really love that foundation. Same with a sample of the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation, the one I'm wearing today. Love this one. This one blends in beautifully, and I feel like the colour as well hopefully is a good match for me as well. So I feel like I've had a good amount of time over the past couple of months to really use my new products, and I've got quite a good opinion on them as well. So the 2 months no-buy definitely sort of served its purpose. Now with my no-buy video that I put up back in May, I did say in that video that over the next couple of months I wanted to set myself a little target, and that target was to use up 3 makeup items within my collection. And I did say as well, I am going to allow myself to include project pan items within this as well, because there's not a lot of my makeup in my collection, I suppose, that is very close to being used up. If I do have makeup very close to being used up, it tends to be project pan items. So I thought setting myself a target of using up 3 non-project pan makeup items was a bit of a tall ask. And I also felt like any more than 3 would just be too much. It was only 2 months as well, so it needed to be realistic and achievable. And I've got my little notes in front of me with my empties, and I'm really happy to say that I have finished off 7 items. So I'm going to talk through these items, and I'll do it how I usually do in terms of the order in which I would apply them to my face. So the first item that I have finished off is my Bobbi Brown Face Base Primer. Now a couple of these I did finish off in August, but it happened before I filmed this video, so I am going to sneak it in to this video. And the Bobbi Brown Face Base Primer I finished off yesterday, I think. So the 6th of August. This product is my favourite primer. It is absolutely beautiful. It smells incredible. It smells of essential oils. It's quite a strong fragrance, so if you're not keen on fragrance then you probably wouldn't like it, but I personally love the fragrance. It's quite thick, but it blends in beautifully as well. It makes your face feel really hydrated. So you can use it as a moisturizer, but I tend to use it as a primer, and I think a lot of people use it as a primer as well. And it makes your makeup look so beautiful over the top, and it helps with blending in makeup as well. So for today's makeup, I did my skincare in the morning, and then I'm filming this in the afternoon, and because I don't have any primer left, I just put makeup straight onto my face, and I definitely can sort of tell underneath my eyes that my concealer isn't blending in as nicely as when I apply it over the top of the primer. So although I never really used to be a primer person, I love this one. The face base is brilliant. It's one that I will keep repurchasing. However, it is quite pricey, so I will only get it when it is on a good discount, but it is definitely worth the money. I am, however, intrigued by the Primark dupe, so if you've tried it, please let me know what you think about it. Next item I finished off back in June, and it is my bareMinerals Complexion Rescue. And that is an item that had been in my project pan for about 3 months, I think. And I took that on holiday with me back in February, and when I took it away with me, it felt like it was really running low. I had to give the bottle a really good shake to get product out. So I thought, brilliant, I'll include this in my project pan, I'll cut the tube open, scrape out the rest, and then it'll only take me like a month, 2 months maximum. However, the amount of product I got out of that tube felt like a full-size product. There was just so much left, and it took me way longer to use up than I was expecting to. Now it is 35ml, so it's slightly bigger than your standard foundation size, but even still it took me way longer than I thought it would. Now it is a tinted moisturiser, so you can go in with a couple of layers, but because this was a slightly darker shade than what is recommended for my skin tone, I think my skin tone vanilla is the recommended one, but I had wheat. I wasn't using a couple of layers of it. I felt like one layer was enough in terms of colour. If I needed more coverage, I'd have to go in with a concealer rather than like another layer of the Complexion Rescue, because otherwise it would just make my face be one skin tone or 2 skin tones darker than the rest of my body, and it would look ridiculous. Now the product itself is really dewy, and I tried powdering over the top with the bareMinerals powder foundation and also just a translucent setting powder, and I still felt like a lot of the dewiness kind of came through. So if you love a real dewy tinted moisturiser, that one is definitely for you. But I've tried a couple of bottles of this now, so I am interested in trying other brands and seeing what those are like. But not interested in buying any of those anytime soon, because I really love the foundations that I have in my collection, and I want to focus on those first before continuing to add any more in. So next I've got 3 mascaras that I want to talk about. I finished off one yesterday, and then the other 2 I finished off last month, back in July. Now I did recently put up my updated makeup inventory video, and in that my mascaras were slightly higher than my goal, but I did explain in that video that 3 of them are coming up very soon to their 6-month shelf life, and I am really strict with mascaras. If a mascara says it has a 6-month shelf life, once I've opened that mascara, 6 months later, that's it, you're done, you're out of my collection. I don't really ever use mascara up until it's completely used up. I go by the 6-month rule instead, and that's just because mascaras, you know, they're a very wet product, and if you tend to use them way past its shelf life, you do run the risk of having, you know, eye infections, and I just don't want that to happen. I've always been strict with mascaras. I will continue to do so, and I have never had an eye infection from a mascara, touch wood. So I'm going to stick with that. Some people might think that's really strict, but it works for me, so I'm going to continue doing that. And the 2 I finished off last month were the Hourglass Unlocked Instant Extensions Mascara, I think it's called, and then the Eyeko Black Magic Cocoa Edit Mascara. The Hourglass one is a tubing one, well they both are actually, but the Hourglass one is a highly recommended, highly rated tubing mascara, and in terms of staying power, I really like it. It stays put, doesn't budge, doesn't flake at all on me. I know that when I put it on, it's going to stay on for the rest of the day until it comes to being washed off. However, it's black, and I really love wearing a brown mascara at the moment. I find black, like I've got on today, it's just a little bit too harsh, and I also don't love how it makes my eyelashes look as well. It looks okay, but I like a nice curl, I like a bit of drama, a bit of length, and that Hourglass mascara didn't give me amazing looking eyelashes. So I would be interested in repurchasing that one for the staying power, but not because it's black and then because it doesn't make my lashes look great. And then the Eyeko one again is a tubing one, but this is very, very wet. It's very messy to apply. Without a doubt, it would smudge when I applied it for a good month or two after me buying it. And it took a decent number of months as well for the product to finally start drying up a little bit and for the, I suppose, the true mascara to kind of come through, because you can never judge a mascara within like the first week or two of application because it's quite wet. You need to wait for it to dry down a little bit. But that Eyeko one took absolutely ages, far too long in my opinion. However, once we got past that stage, it's actually a really pretty mascara. You can get a really natural look, but you can also build up the layers as well. Really helps to separate the lashes and sort of define each lash as well. And I really enjoy the shade of brown it is as well. It's very flattering, very natural, a lot softer than black mascara on me. And then the one I finished up this month is actually one I've got on today because I haven't opened my other mascara yet. I need to do that tomorrow now. I think I need to find where I've stored it safely. But this one is the Rare Beauty mascara. I got it in a mini from a mini set from Space NK. I really, really like this. I like how this makes my lashes look. I can build up a good few layers of this as well, and it doesn't get hugely clumpy, but I don't really mind a clumpy mascara, so I wouldn't mind if it did that anyway. But I think out of the three that I've mentioned, this one makes my lashes look the best. However, it's not tubing, so it does smudge. This will smudge later on. And I haven't put any on the lower lashes as well, and it will still smudge. And also, it's black. I really like a brown mascara. So I have bought a brown tubing mascara from Clinique, and that is the one I will be trying next. So I'm intrigued to see what that one is like. But good that I have finished off 3 mascaras within my collection. And then the last 2 empties are both lip products. So first off is MAC Lipliner in Oak. That was a Project Pan item. I spoke about that recently in my empties video and in my Project Pan video. A slightly cool, neutral, nude brown shade, real everyday nude brown lip shade. MAC lip liners are quite drying though, so I didn't really love applying it, how dry it made my lips feel. Definitely need a lip balm or a lipstick or gloss over the top, but quite a pleasant shade, and it really kind of grew on me towards the end. I did quite like how it looked, but I do prefer and think I suit as well better slightly warmer shades. And then the last product was my La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Lip Balm. Again, I spoke about this in my empties video, and it's just a lip balm from La Roche-Posay, and it's got the consistency of Vaseline, I suppose, but I don't love it as a lip balm. It made my lips feel a little bit sore at times, and also I felt like it made my lips even drier, so not great in terms of tackling dryness, but applied over the top of MAC Oak Lip Liner gave a really nice subtle sheen, so much better as like a makeup item rather than a skincare lip care item. So super happy I actually finished off 7 items over the past 2 months. Didn't think that I would finish up that many. Now yes, I know the mascaras I didn't finish up until completion, and then some of the others were Project Pan items as well, but items like my lip balm, that was a unofficial item that I was working on panning, as was the Bobbi Brown face base as well. So now that I'm off my mini no-buy, there isn't actually any makeup I've got in mind that I think, yes, now I'm off my no-buy, I'm definitely gonna go and buy that. I think putting myself on no-buys really helps me identify what I like and what I don't like in terms of makeup. And at the moment, I'm just loving and preferring a real natural makeup look. I know I've got like purpley pink eyes today. This definitely isn't natural for me. But I like a real pared back look, real minimal, no fuss, no detail, just a real basic natural look. And I find that I don't want a load of products within my collection as well, and I am quite tempted again to do another little declutter, and I think get rid of quite a few of my pinky makeup products. So if you find that your collection is getting quite big, if you're feeling a little bit lost with makeup and that there's products within your collection you don't really know much about, put yourself on a no-buy. Doesn't have to be for super long. Go for a week, 2 weeks, a month, 3 months, and see how you get on. And I guess for myself, if I do get to the stage again where I feel like I am spending a bit of money, or I have added quite a few new products into my collection, that is probably the time again where I will put myself on a no-buy to just rein in the finances and use and focus on the new items that I've bought. So this no buy has been really useful, really helpful, and I'm glad I've put myself on it. 2 months might sound like, oh, what's the point? It's only 2 months, but it has been really, really useful. So I hope you've enjoyed this little update. Please let me know if you're on a no buy or any type of controlled spending when it comes to makeup. And I'll see you again soon for my next one. Bye guys.